A quiet weekend in the city of churches it definitely wasn't. 69 of Australia's top rally cars had assembled, been put through final scrutiny and fine-tuned for round 3 of the Australian Rally Championships. This is the Festival State Rally, a 2-day event that would take the field through the delightful parklands around the northern extremes of the city of Adelaide and then out into the famous Barossa Valley. In the open category for production cars, the brightly painted yellow and blue Subaru Turbo of Possum Born would be out to finish the rally after falling by the wayside in the Alpine and West Australian legs. There would be the added challenge of Australia's most prominent international rally driver, Ross Dunkerton from Perth, a man who would threaten everyone in his Mitsubishi VR4. Theirs promised to be an enthralling duel. The first 2 rallies were won in commanding style by the Group N Subaru Turbo of Robert Herridge. He'd paid scant respect for the more powerful cars, and his consistency had paid dividends. He too would face a new challenger, the 4-wheel drive Mitsubishi VR4 of hometown driver Ed Ordinsky, the 1990 Australian champion. Then there would be the front-wheel drive Hyundai Elantra of Wayne Bell, out to threaten the big boys and continue his dice with the Daihatsu of Bob Nicolai. Unlike the first 2 rounds, Adelaide and its environs call for speed and plenty of it.
A bit of an unknown quantity for me. I haven't competed in South Australia for probably 8 or 9 years, and of course these roads here are a bit more sort of long and straight than what we're used to. So.
Oh, the roads are very, very fast in South Australia, and our car being dead standard, as we've been able to make up for it in the first 2 rallies with reliability and handling and sheer tenacity. But the very fast roads will be very difficult for us to keep up with the more modified cars.
This would be no picnic, 24 competitive stages over 2 days and 220 kilometres, and it would be a weekend that would test these cars to their fullest. Through the Barossa Valley, Bourne finally had his Subaru working the way he wanted it. The niggling mechanical problems from the first 2 rounds had been sorted out. He'd opened a slender lead over Dunkerton, the rest of the Group A cars in their wake. Rob Herridge was having difficulties in the other Subaru, allowing Ordinsky to open a 45-second lead in his Mitsubishi. For Andrew Lovell in the Mazda Astina, there was a slight detour. A few helping hands and car number 15 was back on the road, but out of the race. At the end of day 1, the Possum-Born driven Subaru Liberty had moved 2 minutes, 12 seconds ahead of Ross Dunkerton in his Mitsubishi. It had been an enthralling tussle, with Bourne moving slightly ahead on virtually every leg.
The rev limiter has been going off in 6th gear quite a lot, so that's what, 210 k's an hour or something, so that's plenty fast enough for me. And we've been off the ground a fair bit.
Ordinsky's Mitsubishi had a 3-minute lead over series leader Herridge. And in the front-wheel drives, Wayne Bell was moving smoothly in the Hyundai. His main competition gone, with Nicolai and his Daihatsu a retirement. At Birdwood, the early morning tranquility was shattered by the roar of finely tuned motors as the Possum burst back into action. Starting in the order they finished the night before, the Subaru Liberty was off to a flyer. Wayne Bell in his Hyundai was looking for the title in his class, and there looked to be little opposition. The battle royales continued in the A and N categories. Bourne had a big lead, but in the back of his mind were the mechanical problems that had dogged him in the 2 earlier races. He had no thought of being complacent. Hot on his heels was the ultra-competitive Dunkerton in the Mitsubishi, a man who's won the Australian Rally Championship 5 times. The conditions were fast and perfect, but finding the perfect place to snap the action could have been a little hazardous. In this rally, the teams were given detailed instructions of the course, a help to those who haven't driven it before, but for Ed Ordinsky, this was home territory. He continually improved his lead over the Subaru of Rob Herridge. Dunkerton has the driving skills, but his Mitsubishi was just not quick enough.
Just running out of top speed a bit, so we're only going up to about 180, 85 kilometres an hour, and really in South Australia you need about 240.
Watching the winner of the rally.
Around Manham the race was decided, and then it was back to Birdwood for the formalities. Born home first, 2 minutes 22 seconds ahead of Dunkerton for the Class A honours. Ordinsky and co-driver Harry Manson were too strong in their Mitsubishi in the Group N, ending the reign of Robert Herridge. While Wayne Bell was the leading front-wheel drive contender in his Hyundai Lantra. Next round, the fourth in the Australian Rally Championship, takes cars and drivers to Gympie in Queensland, the second weekend in July.